And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got Father's Day baseball. It's the Athletics going up against the Kansas City Royals. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go now. Our starting pitcher in this one, Seth Lugo. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season, and when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
And a swing and a miss.
1-1.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And out number one on the grab. And time now to check out the A's lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Lawrence Butler.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
And first offering is fouled off. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. And a pitch to the left side, but it is well foul. Rooker needs just one more homer to reach 100 in the big leagues. Grounder might be two. Witt for one. And that's all they'll get.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than 20,000 players to take an at-bat in the majors, less than 5% have ever hit 100 dingers.
Shea Langoliers in the box now. No balls and a strike. Rooker off of first with two away. Next pitch misses, and it's a ball and a strike. Swing and a chopper out to short. The throw to first, and that'll do it. The A's strand one. The Royals will get their chance now in a scoreless ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, and pitching here today, Jeffrey Springs. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
This one could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll make it safely for a leadoff double in the bottom of the first.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
Stepping in, Michael Garcia. And there's the strike. And downstairs.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
No outs. Runner on second. And a foul ball. On the ground. And it goes just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
He goes down looking.
No, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Bobby Witt Jr. at the plate now. That's ball 1. Base hit, left center field. Here comes Renfroe around third. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. That one a little bit high. Ball 1.
If he were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Hit in the air, center field. Bleday should have this one. Nabs it, and there are 2 down. So here's the Royals DH. Just missed. 1 run across in the frame so far here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That ball's carrying. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Damn. And boy, do they catch a break. Otherwise, you're looking at runners around the bases and probably a run that scores.
And now Vinny Pasquantino. Line drive, and this might be trouble. 1 runs in. The 2nd run scores, and they lead by 3.
There it is.
Run double.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So a runner at second, 2 down. So up now for Kansas City, John Ray. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1's the count.
This one in the air. Soderstrom. That is the inning. But 3 score in the inning. 2 of them on this 2-run double. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. Top of the 2nd. This is J.J. Bleday. Lugo back to work.
They're off to a great start. 3-run lead after their first inning, but so important to be airtight defensively. Don't give away extra outs and allow that other club to get back in this ball game.
In the air, center field. Cross makes the grab, 1 away. Now here's Gio Urshela. Hitless in the first 2 games of the series. He's 0 for 8. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Lugo, 35 years old, and he took home a Gold Glove in 2024. Yeah, that's fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. That one just misses.
That pitch was pretty borderline at the top of the zone, and he's not digging the call out there on the mound. Clearly pretty frustrated, so he's going to have to collect himself a little.
On the ground, right side. India tosses to first. Urshela is out. Zach Geloff up next for the A's. 2 for 8 in the series so far. There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. And that's going to bang against the wall. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. He's not stopping on his way home.
What are you doing, man?
Not in time. He makes it safely for an inside the park home run.
Well, he just about hit it out of here, but once it took that carom off the wall like that, I mean, he really turned on the afterburners. And I'll tell you, as an outfielder, this is pretty much your worst nightmare. But playing the ball off the wall like that can be really tough sometimes. Definitely an exciting play.
Seth Brown in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Top of the zone for a called strike.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
Close one. Doesn't get the call. Ball 2.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
That one just misses. Full count, 3-2. Next offering popped in the air, right field, and it falls. And that keeps the inning alive. Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Check swing, but it went too far. And that's strike 2. Popped up to the left into foul ground. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Back here in Kansas City, bottom half of inning number 2. Jonathan India at the plate. That one drilled left field. Brown makes the grab, 1 down. Here's the center fielder, Gavin Cross, looking for his first big league hit right here. Swings through that one. 0-1.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Ground ball up the middle. In there safely.
Give it to him.
Gavin Cross with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Line drive and foul ball.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
And it's even up. Ricky Holiday, our umpire behind the dish, known as pretty fair umpire for both hitters and pitchers.
Yeah, I think that's right, Boog. There is a little inconsistency on the corners of the plate. You can't always be sure how it's going to go with those borderline pitches as the game progresses.
Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog, they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with them. Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late, gave up on it a little bit early.
And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Good shit, Garcia.
No time there. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play.
There you go. Boy, ain't bullshit. Do your thing. Do your thing.
That's back-to-back singles for him.
Do your
Nice line
thing.
drive to pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
First and second, 2 outs. Perez will hit next. And that is out of play. Two outs. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's back there. Say goodbye to that one. He flexes his power with that swing, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 7-1.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
And here comes Mark Kotsay as he's ready to make a change and go to the bullpen. Jeffrey Springs is done, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. New arm out of the bullpen, Noah Murdoch.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
And here is number 92. And that one hammered. That's back there.
That's gone.
To the warning
Oh,
track,
boy. You
makes
lucky,
the
boy.
catch.
That was about to be gone.
4-run score in the inning. 3 coming right here on the 3-run homer. And the lead is stretched. Now it's the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. He's 0 for 1. That catches the corner.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Next offering in there for a strike. 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. And he grounds one back up the middle. On the run, throw to first, and they get the out. So digging in, Jacob Wilson. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Nice grab. Over to first. On the money. Nice play. Two outs, base is empty. Brent Rooker up next for the A's.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just one shy of that milestone.
That one's in there. 0-1. Two outs, base is empty. And there's a ball. That one is absolutely belted. Forget it.
He did it. I knew it. They wanted him to get that.
The bases. That's a special one. 100 career homers.
Yeah, they wanted him to get that.
So 2 down. Next up for the A's, Shea Langoliers. Yeah,
I'm so glad they got that shit. They was gonna keep talking about that shit the whole damn series.
Foul ball there. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. That's back. Out of here.
Come on, man. Don't start doing that shit, bro. Don't start doing that shit, bro.
I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding
Take
off
your
each
ass
other,
out.
Collective confidence just
Play with me,
continues to
nigga.
grow.
Lede stands in now and watches strike one. Next offering upstairs.
Yeah, you're only doing about 5 innings today.
That one missed.
You can't even get 3 outs. This shit kill me, dog.
Runs are in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. That one lifted to left. Ray in position.
How he dropped that, man? You sorry, dude.
The relay to second. Not in time.
You sorry.
That's one of those errors you make as an outfielder.
Yeah, you going back. You're going back to the minors, bro. That was weak.
One like that, but it feels like one of the most embarrassing things you can do. Hey, we all
that was weak.
Pop-ups in Little League. Nothing particularly difficult about that.
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. But back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. He swings and fouls one off.
Well, these Royals putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They jumped all over the starter and knocked him out of the game early. He just was never able to settle in, and the damage was done by the time he got the hook.
That's too low. 2-1.
I mean, when you're chasing the opposing starter in the first inning or two, that's just such a tone setter for the game, and it puts the other team back on their heels, and it instills a lot of confidence in your lineup from top to bottom.
That gets down for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
This shit,
Here's
Benny.
the left fielder, John Ray. First time up was a pop out. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Well, you got to bench that drop ball.
Next offering is fouled back. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Nobody out, runner at first.
One ball.
Squirts away a little bit. Now move to first.
No, he's safe.
Ground ball could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. And he'll eat it and be happy with the out. Now here is Jonathan India. 0 for 1 so far. Murdoch throws to first. And he's back in safely. And first offering is fouled off. In the air, out towards right center. Puts it away for the out. And now the center fielder, Gavin Cross. Just missed. Next offering is fouled back. Ray leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one not close. And it's 2-1. Upstairs. Pickoff throw. Swing and a miss. Counts full, 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Urshela squeezes it, and that'll do it. Royals lead. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now at the plate, Zach Geloff. And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
You know, these A's doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Stays alive. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Perez on to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate, and people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Brown batting for the second time, and that's strike one. Hit in the air out to center field. Ray sizes this one up, makes the grab, out number 2. And now Tyler Soderstrom popped out in foul ground first time through. And a curve is down and in. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Here's a 1-1. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Everything came together for him. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Butler stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. This to third. Sends it across to first, and that will end the inning. The A's strand 1. They're down 4. It's 7-3. Welcome back, and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. And the pitch. That misses, and that is ball 1.
1-0.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul out of play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Check swing. Went around. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
2 strikes.
That's a little bit low.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And that one popped to short. Wilson makes the grab, one away. Now the number 2 hitter, Michael Garcia, 1 for 2. Pitch is in there, 0-1. Tap back up the middle. Wilson on the run, sends it over to first. Got him. Nice play.
Man, that was bang, bang. Tough to tell in full speed, Boog.
I got to be honest with you. I couldn't tell either. As they ask for time to check with their replay guys about a possible challenge, we wait and see.
Yeah, and we usually get a couple of close ones every game.
Now here is Bobby Witt Jr. Up the middle. Dives and he can't hang on. No throw, and the defense comes away with nothing. Salvador Perez getting ready to hit. He's already homered in this game. Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Safe at second with a stolen base. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Man at second. And that one upstairs.
2-1.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Man on second, 2 down. This one popped up. Wilson. He's got it, and that's the inning. Left for Kansas City, but they lead it by 4. It's 7-3. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. The shortstop takes the ball.
You know, these Athletics doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out 1 time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
And that misses. 3-0.
All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Trying to work his way back into the count right there, but so much for that. Pretty good pitch, but just doesn't get the call on 3-0.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it.
Come on, Lugo. You fucking me, bro.
When you have a team that hits home runs at such a high rate,
yeah, you fucking me, bro. You letting them back in the game, Doug.
That's why that leadoff walk was extremely costly.
Like, damn. Come on, man.
That's back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, went deep 3 times.
Up next for the
Oh,
A's.
boy, and hit the ball twice.
Inside. And that's ball 1. Bleday, 27 years old, and he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over .325 in his last 10 games. In the air on the infield, Garcia. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Gio Urshela to the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in, and we're at the top of the 5th. Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
0-2.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
That one misses. Now 1-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Renfroe makes the grab, and that's the third out. We head to the bottom of the fifth, and now the DH, number 92. Murdoch back to work. Fastball for a strike. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. T.J. McFarland, the left-hander, up and throwing. Otanez, the right-hander, also getting loose. 0-2 now as he swings through it. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That missed by a lot. 1-2 to count. Breaking ball misses down and away. Just misses with that one. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So up next, Vinny Pasquantino. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That's back there. And that one is off the wall. Safe at second with a double. Third hit for him this afternoon.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. So close to blasting that one out of here the other way. But that's very tough to do when you take on the outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing, though.
Cut on and lifted in the air. And that'll fall for a base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they're up by 3.
Let's go.
I've seen more balls, and this is speaking as a former outfielder, former center fielder, but more balls in this game just out of the reach. Sometimes the angle's not great. Other times, just got to give credit because the hitters hit the ball really hard and jumped off the bat. But one thing we do know is warmer temperatures are very, very favorable for the hitters.
And now, Jonathan India to first, maybe a 2-ball. There's one. Out. Back to first for 2, and that'll do it.
It's all good. You got that. It's all good. Got me that run, though. That's all I needed.
We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th.
Damn right.
Pitcher,
I'm going for that shit.
He last pitched 2 days ago. Geloff stands in now, looks at that one inside. And a foul ball. Hit hard on the ground to short. Fires to first on the run.
Got you, bitch.
Nicely done for the out. So here's Brown at the plate. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And a slider in there for a strike.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 to count.
Bouncer to second. 2 up, 2 down. Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. Swing and a pop-up. Pasquantino. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. So they go quietly there. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. Royals 8 and the A's 5. Well, we go bottom 6. And to the plate for Kansas City, Gavin Cross. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout.
Oh, shit.
And him out front for strike 3. 2 down, base is empty. Michael Garcia digs in now. 1 for 3. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Well, this is the type of hitter you want up in this situation. Some sluggers coming up behind him. He's so good at moving runners, but also getting on base. See if he can be patient here.
Strike 2.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Outside low. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And we're back. We go to the top of the 7th. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Lawrence Butler. That one finds a corner. Strike 1.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
And that traps in for a strike. Good job to fight that one off. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Next up for the A's, Jacob Wilson. And a breaking ball misses outside. This one smoked out to left. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one down. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real.
Get up out of here, bitch.
He can go anywhere he wants.
That was pretty nasty.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after him.
That's to third. Garcia fires over to first. That's the 3rd out. The 8th. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Michel Otañez.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
Win leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Outside low, and the count is 1-2.
2 strikes the count.
Just missed. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Now the catcher up to hit, Salvador Perez. And he had a big swing of the bat early on in the ball game.
Yep, a 3-run rocket back in the second. Even though it was early, a big homer like that can be tough to come back from when you're on the other end of that thing. I mean, it's tough. Sets up an uphill battle the rest of the way.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's in
2
the dirt.
balls, 1 strike.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one.
That's only because he's throwing that ball at that angle like that.
But relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun.
And he got all that speed on there. Look how he pitches. Shit. Who can really hit that? You better not get caught slipping though, man. Better keep doing that.
I mean, at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good job of teasing that part of the zone, just elevating a little bit. It looks good because you see it for a good while as a hitter. It looks juicy, and by the time you swing, it's almost in the catcher's mitt.
Up the middle, Wilson. On to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th, James McArthur.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Lede, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base. Got to keep things airtight defensively right here, on your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead,
let's go.
It should be a W.
Let's go.
Him out looking.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else and you can't pull the trigger.
Urshela batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Hard hit right side, and he handles it himself for the out.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Geloff in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
That's what I'm talking about, McArthur.
India over to first.
You the truth, baby. You the truth.
Go quietly. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, TJ McFarland.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out. Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. On to first, in time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout. Now the left fielder, John Ray. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Next pitch is downstairs.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ball.
1 out, base is empty. One down, base is empty. Out to short. Wilson whips it to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play. Jonathan India steps in for the Royals. 0 for 3 in this one. That one almost got him. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Geloff makes the grab, and that's the inning. Casey. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, here's the left fielder, Seth Brown. Lucas Erceg on to try and close it out.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And that one clips the corner. Oh, 2 now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer.
I got 2 more outs to get.
Cancel any hope that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Late swing, foul to the left. Out to center. Cross. Sizing this one up. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. The Athletics down to their last out. Lawrence Butler, the next to hit. And ball 1. And that's in for a strike. And the count is 1-1. That one catches the corner for a strike. The A's down to their final strike.
Get up out of here.
And that's the ball game.
This was pure domination at home. Huge sweep. And now you go on the road. The flight's going to be very enjoyable. Get into the next city, get a nice meal, get settled in at the hotel, but come back ready to play in the next game to see if you can continue this momentum.
And this one ends with the score 8-5. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see